Oh, but
Add
with
that
the
D4. Yep. Got a shot. Off by 1.
17. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Close.
All right. I'm going to get rid of my short bow. I might even throw it on the ground behind me.
Everybody's just tossing their bows. She hit twice with her. She's like, nah, fuck this.
I did actually, but it's right next to me now, so no, thank you. I am going to slash it or like stabby stab at it with my rapier. Good. An 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
No. I'm going to do my best to disengage with my bonus attack.
Okay.
And go away.
Towards Isaac or back towards the rest of the group, basically?
Anything that doesn't invoke an attack of opportunity, I can, I guess.
Yeah, so disengage means you can pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, it's going to be tougher to get to the side with Lennon then because there's a dragon between you, whether or not you're disengaging. So Isaac's side will be easier, or you can kind of go off to the side somewhere.
I'm going to go off to the side somewhere. I don't want to group up with everybody.
Okay, left side or right side? Left side is Thea, right side is Lena-ish.
Lena-ish.
Okay. Sounds good. You've already saved out, so you're good to go there. Aurelia is going to spend one of her legendary actions for the first time.
Oh,
and
boy.
She is, in response to the lightning that was coursing through her a moment ago, going to spend 2 of her legendary actions, actually, to use a wing attack. The only creature within 10 feet right now is Tessian. So, Tessian, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. And just to keep myself honest, I rolled a concentration check because I took damage, and I failed it critically by a 1. So the backlash of lightning actually caused him to lose the spell.
I see.
Now, so this should be fun. Dex saving throw.
Oh, my God.
Whoa!
Okay, I crit that, so that's a 23.
Okay. You watch as she sort of whirls around to face you as Grail kind of darts off to the side and suddenly starts beating her wings, just and the force starts to knock you off your feet, but you dig in, gritting your teeth, especially from taking the damage you just did, and you're hurting already. You're like, this is not going to be what takes me down, and you manage to stay on your feet despite the force of the winds from the wings that are beating at you, because otherwise you would have been knocked prone.
I'm awake now.
And taking damage. This also allows Aurelia to move, and she's not going to do so. She's going to stay put. All right, so that's her out-of-turn action. Essentially, that brings us to Lena.
Oh, God. I'm trying to figure out what I should do. Question. If I stay in wolf form, and let's say I get hit by something, and then I drop out of wolf form, and then if I keep getting hit, is that going to go into my HP
If it's
as
multiple
well?
attacks, yes.
The next damage you take is going to go into your HP, assuming it's more than 1 damage.
Oh, it actually follows.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you took 10 damage, you'd be taking 9 in your human form,
Oh.
because your wolf only has the 1.
Right.
That's also kind of what keeps you from just being able to, like, I'm in a wolf form, so I'm going to jump off this cliff.
Right.
Because you'll land and then
That
you'll
makes
die,
sense.
because your wolf will take its 30 damage, and then you'll take the other 500 or so that you would take from the fall.
Yeah, which is why I'm
But
wondering
still,
I should
It's an
drop.
extra point.
Yeah, it's still good. It's an
That
extra
might
point,
be
but
better now.
I'm wondering if I should just drop it now
Because
and
you're
then
not next
heal.
to it anymore either.
Yeah.
How many more transformations do you have today?
2.
Oh.
So
It seems like you don't have a lot to lose because you only have 1 HP anyway.
you have a fresh pool of bear HP.
So I could drop and then go into bear.
Yeah, because that would be basically a bonus action and an action.
But you can't drop heal. You'd have to do that next turn, right? Or
Essentially, yeah.
'cause your
if-
healing is like a bonus action too.
she can't do both because if she's going to go into bear form, she won't be able to heal next turn.
Right.
So she could drop as a bonus and then cast a spell, but then she's going to be in human form until the following turn.
Who's hurting the most now?
Maybe Karash. I mean, you guys know better than I do.
No, Crash is doing well.
Oh, that's
I
right. He
healed
laid on
myself.
hands. Yeah, so
Is
he's
it
doing
What
okay.
about
Tessian?
Tessian?
Tessian's probably a little rough.
I'm at 19.
Grail? What are you at?
I'm at like 27.
So everybody's doing okay. Everybody's a little beat up.
Until magical breath weapon.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but that'll wipe us basically no matter what. And so.
I don't like it.
Tessian's probably your best bet.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna drop and do healing word on Tessian. I'm gonna do it at level 2.
Okay. I'm sure there are people out there like, but those are both bonus actions. I don't care if the action's a bonus action.
Looks like a
9 healing? Or
is it
13?
Yeah. I think it's 13.
Yeah, it's 13 because that 4 is what you get for casting at a second level. So
Oh, okay.
it is
Yeah.
13 healing for Tessian. You also still have movement if you want.
How far am I from the dragon?
About 20 feet, maybe. You're seemingly out of range for most of its bad stuff, but you're still somewhat close.
I might move. I want to move in such a position to where no one else is around me, so that if she goes for me for some reason, everyone else will be safe. If that makes sense. I
Where
don't
you're
know if
at
that's
is pretty
possible.
decent then. I mean,
Okay.
Grail is sort of near you, but not near enough that it's too bad.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll just stay put then.
Okay. All right. You're not frightened anymore, are you?
No,
you
I'm
saved
not.
last time. So Karash.
How far is Aurelia?
Maybe like 10, 15 feet. You can get to her pretty
Oh,
easily.
yeah. I'm gonna run up and smash. 18 and 12.
Okay, the 18 hits. The 12 does not.
All right, so
So it's 11 damage. Use Divine Smiting.
no, 1d6 extra.
Oh, yeah, because
4
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's mark. So 16 total. Or no, excuse me, 15 total.
15 total. Got it.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Aurelia's going to spend her final legendary action to, in response to your attack, make a tail attack at you.
Ooh.
That is a whole bunch to hit. 25.
Oh, yeah, I think that works. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as this massive tail from this huge dragon basically flies around and just comes down on top of you.
You just got fucking bitch slapped by this dragon. How does
Oh.
it feel?
Good.
Vigilante.
All right, so I'm going to reload, power reload like you saw me doing before. Like, that's why we practice, boys and girls. And then I still should be able to shoot with my offhand gun, right? Because it takes my action.
In
To
theory,
reload.
the way this typically works is if you don't take the attack action, you're not going to get your bonus action one. So it's
Okay.
going to prohibit any shooting this turn. This is a little different because of the gun situation, but even so, the spirit of that's typically what we're going to follow here.
But I should still get the extra attack then.
No, you only get the extra attack if you take the attack action. So you can't attack the turn you reload until a few levels from now when you can reload as a bonus action, which
That
is going to
actually
free up a lot
sucks
of stuff for you.
because you can take. Probably would have done this differently. You can take an extra action. Maybe not extra attack though, because it says you can take an extra action to reload, but extra attack and extra action might be separate things.
Yes.
What do you mean by taking extra action? to
Like it
reload?
says you can reload on your action or extra action on this thing that I was just reading.
Right. Well, I think what
well-
that means is that you can do it in lieu of one of your attacks.
Before the
Yeah.
wielder must spend one attack of your attack action.
Yeah, so that's fine
Or
then. So
an
your multi-attack this turn is only going to be one attack because you have to spend one of those to reload. So you get one main gun, and then since you use your main gun, you'll get your side gun. But your third attack is being spent on reloading, and it's first. Otherwise, you have no bullets.
So like in the future, if I have one bullet left, I should reload on the extra.
It doesn't really matter. It's going to cost you one of your two attacks either way.
Well, no, because this turn I lost both attacks.
You're not losing both attacks. That's what I'm saying. You're using
Oh,
one of
you
your
are
two
letting
attacks.
me shoot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, since that's what the wording is. Yeah, so you're basically your first attack this turn is reload,
And then
and now
bonus
you have your
doesn't
second main gun attack.
get
Your only one you
triggered.
get.
So I'm only shooting the main gun.
You can still use your other gun.
Oh, okay.
Assuming it's not out of ammo, I don't know how much ammo that has.
No, that one's fine because it's the main gun that's firing twice every time.
Yeah.
So that's 20 to hit,
That hits.
11 piercing,
Okay.
and then 17 to hit,
That does hit.
10 piercing. Dude, I'm lighting this dragon up, you guys.
Oh, well, some of us don't have guns.
Okay. It is starting to look pretty rough, by the way.
Good.
Her breathing's a little bit more haggard. You can even kind of see it, even though she's in a draconic form. You can tell that she's having to breathe more heavily. There aren't any wounds on her body, per se, but even so, you can just kind of tell from her general condition that not looking the best. Is that it?
Yes. I'm going to move. So now I'm about 50 feet away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move another 30 feet away.
Okay.
Assuming there's enough room in the chamber now.
You're pretty much getting it back to the edge of it, but you're okay still.
Okay.
It's a pretty large chamber, as we described last time, so you're doing okay still. Okay. Dragon is up, and she is going to fly over to Isaac with her 80 feet of fly speed. This is going to provoke opportunity attacks from Tessian and Karash.
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped Thea, but we'll do that in a second.
I don't really have any weapon armed, so I don't, unless I punch it, I don't really know.
Do it, coward.
Okay, with disadvantage,
Wait,
it
don't
should
you
go
still
well.
have the base lightning sword or no? You lost
No,
that too.
I lost that spell.
I thought you lost just like the extra part.
No, the extra part's just a cantrip. It's basically Green Flame Blade, but with lightning.
Yeah, he changed it for flavor. So all you rules nerds out there, it's okay, it's fine. We're not making new spells or something.
There's no reason why I can't use Divine Smite on her, even as a reaction, right?
That's correct.
It's not a bonus. Oh well,
I don't think it costs an action. I think you can do it anytime
That's
you
the
want.
power of Divine
Yeah,
Smite.
it does not. It doesn't. There's no action associated with it. I'm just thinking about how much I want to hit her for right here.
Mm-hmm. How much you want to punish this movement?
Yeah.
You know, I rolled a 4 to hit for 0 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
That's nice.
26 damage, slashing
Yeah.
and divine.
Nice.
26 damage. Nice.
I'm making a friend.
And Thea, for her part, will have spent a bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath on herself. And seeing as lightning seems to have worked, she's going to be trying that. So she basically moves within range, within 15 feet, and just exhales this breath of lightning. Not nearly as big as like the cold breath was. It's a much smaller cone, but still pretty effective. So the dragon has to make a dexterity saving throw, which it gets a 11. It fails. So it's going to spend its second legendary resistance or whatever the fuck. What's that called again? Yeah, that's the one.
Let's
To succeed instead, she takes half damage, so 3d6, which is only 10 this time. And that's halved, so 5 damage. But, hey, every little bit counts, right?
Exactly.
So, having made its way over to Isaac, tired of being shot, it's going to multi-attack. That was cocked. That is a 31 to hit.
Yeah.
That is a 14 to hit.
Yay.
We're 19 and 2
No,
here.
14 hits as well.
Oh. And then that's a 18 to hit, so that should hit as well.
All 3. I'm taking it for the team.
Isaac,
Jesus.
you get armor.
It's all right. I have a lot of HP.
You take 12 points of piercing damage from the bite, and the 2 claws do a combination of 17 points of slashing
So
damage.
it's a 29. So still have 14 points left. I'm doing okay.
Are you just wearing like a t-shirt? Where?
Yeah, I was wondering why I only have 14 actually. Like, do I not have armor equipped?
You must not. Your dex is high enough to give you like a +3. So unless you have just standard leather armor, is that really all you have?
I have
I think-
studded leather.
I mean, that's what I have leather armor, which is
You
why
should
mine
have at
is
least-
11.
Wait, I have studded leather and it says it's
16.
Oh, doesn't studded cap your
It's
dex?
12 or 13.
I think you only have studded because that was all you could afford because we gave you guns to start when no one else should have been able to afford those.
it's studded leather. Does that sound right then?
I think that might be because it does cap dex, but it's cheaper, and that's why. Because if you can find better armor down the road, it'll
No,
use
it
more of
doesn't.
your dex.
It doesn't cap it. It should be 12 plus your dex.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's-
studded leather is the most expensive leather.
So
Yeah,
12
no, that would
plus
be the
dex
opposite
would
of
make it
cheapest leather.
16.
I don't think you're supposed to have studded if it's the most expensive then, because that was the whole thing. Like, all your money went to guns.
It says I have it too.
Well, you could have because you guys didn't spend money on guns.
Well, I got
Oh.
even if it was regular leather armor though, wouldn't it be still better than 14?
No, regular padded armor would be 1, and so same with leather would be 11.
11.
So plus Dex, which would
So
be
even that is 15 though.
what's your Dex? 18?
Yeah.
Then yeah, it'd be 15.
So subtract 8 damage.
Yay! Yay!
Tessian.
And adjust your AC.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it's how many feet away from me now?
A lot.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, because you were on the other side of it, so it's 80 to 90 feet.
I
'Cause
still
it
can't
flew.
move closer to it, so I will. Tessian gives Lena a nod since she healed up his wounds, and then he just sort of. But he's still nervous. He's very shaken. So he kind of his hands are shaking, and he
Mom spaghetti.
grabs Mom spaghetti. grabs his light crossbow off the ground and fires it. I got nothing else I can do. So
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry about that. Here, we'll just put you on the screen for a second so you get your screen time. There you are. Wisdom saving throw.
I hit though. 19 plus 3.
Oh, you do, yeah. 5
So
damage.
that's 5 damage.
Ow. Okay.
And wisdom saving throw of...
Not enough.
No? The 17's not enough, is
Even
it?
if the 4 is not enough, so save you the time. Grail.
Well,
Has to be 18.
I threw my short bow on the ground. So
Adventures
How
in
far-
foresight.
I know. I figured this was going to happen, but whatever.
Probably
I
about
did it.
100 feet away from you now.
Yeah, so I am going to use my, bonus action to use my speed, 30, and then I'm going to dash over. I'm still not going to be close enough, but I'm going to make my way over there. I also want to use, which I don't think anyone has ever even seen me use, I have a shard of obsidian around my neck that I want to heal myself with.
Okay. So level 1 cure wounds, I think you have in your spell sheet.
I don't. I definitely don't
I think
have
it's
that.
a D8 plus wisdom.
Yeah, say you can just do /RD8 and then
Okay, I will do that then.
I don't know whose that was.
I don't know what
That was
just
yours.
happened. Yeah.
That was me. I just clicked a button.
I see.
Oh.
I gotta show you guys how to make buttons in Roll20, so you can just have buttons to click.
See, I'm an old MIRC guy, which is
Oops.
going to date me quite a bit, but I'm used to typing in shortcut commands pretty quickly.
Great. I rolled a 1.
Should have taken Jason's. What's your
I
wisdom?
know. Put 2, so
So
3.
heal for 3. Yeah,
Oh, great. I'm up to 30. That's better than nothing, I guess.
sure.
I just thank you, Chris, for reminding me of the literally weeks of my life wasted on that application. Thank
Yeah,
you.
me too. Lena,
Okay, I have a question.
sure.
If healing word, is a level 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then call lightning is a level 2,
Mm-hmm.
and healing word is a bonus action, can I do both?
No.
Dang it.
We may eventually do that house rule, but not until the higher levels, where you can maybe cast more than just a cantrip as a bonus action, but you can only cast 1 spell per turn unless it's a cantrip.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to do call lightning.
And there's,
Alright.
there's a feat for that in Matthew Mercer's version of the Critical Role rules. I think it's like a level 8 feat,
Yeah.
and that lets you do 3rd level spells.
Which I think
But yeah.
there's some merit to, but
Yeah.
we'll
Sounds
discuss that at a
awesome.
little bit higher level.
Level 2, call lightning.
All right.
Did it do the thing?
It showed up.
Oh, I
So
I
let's
think
see.
It's the higher levels thing doesn't matter because that's 4th level or higher. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
This room is big enough to accommodate a cloud, so that's not a problem. So dexterity saving throw. Well, this is going to be the last legendary resistance because it rolled a 2. So as a 7, it's going to spend her last legendary resistance to succeed on the throw instead. So she has no more of those.
That's good, at least.
And so what are we taking here? 3d10. Did it roll the damage for it?
No,
when
it
you cast
just
the spell?
yeah, it didn't roll the damage. It just put the thing in there.
Didn't, which is weird. Usually it's baked in, is it not?
It's more complicated. We can look at it later.
All right. Well, go ahead and do /R space 3d10.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Yay!
So 23 halved
Yay!
to 11.
Oh,
But boo. But of course you can maintain this now, assuming you don't have your concentration broken. So
yep. I'm gonna maintain.
that's pretty cool. You do have to move closer, by the way,
Oh,
just so you know. But
how much closer?
it's only a 60-foot radius that you can.
No, 120.
It's 120, or at least that's what it says on mine.
So-
Under, I see. Okay. Never mind. You're good.
Yay!
Yep. All right, that's it. Crash.
I'm like 100 feet away.
Yeah, more like 90, but yeah.
I'll use the dash action. I will take it down to 30 feet away. Yay! Okay. I'll pant heavily. That's all I got.
Okay. After your turn, Aurelia's going to spend 2 of her legendary actions, which replenish each round, to use a wing attack that's only going to be able to hit Isaac because everybody else is too far away, outside of 10 feet. That's not a roll. What am I doing? You need to make a dexterity saving throw. So the good news is it's your wheelhouse.
What do I do? Just dexterity.
You should have saving throws a little bit to the right there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see.
So-
Get out. Get out. I'm clicking X. There we go.
Well, that ain't going to do it.
8. And will a D4 do it?
No.
Will a D4 matter?
No.
Okay.
It's a DC 21.
Okay.
So you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone as the same wing beat forces you off your feet.
Okay.
And she will not exercise the right to fly. Okay, it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yep.
What can I do from the ground?
Anything you can do when you're standing up?
Yeah. Attack at disadvantage.
Well, that's fine, because she's right next to me, so it's going to be disadvantage anyway. So now I have every reason to use my gun.
Yeah, but you may want to stand up anyways.
It's okay.
Because you don't want to be next to somebody who can melee you when you're prone. Just as a tip.
Do they get, like, advantage on yours?
Uh-huh.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. But the good news is you just spend half your movement, so you can get up without running any real penalty per se.
Oh, okay. So just get up then.
Yeah.
And then I guess if I'm up, I might as well rapier then.
Okay.
By the way, I only have 11 HP, everybody, so keep that in mind. I'm going to stab this thing. Because if I disengage, if she really wants to kill me, I can't get far enough away from her anyway, so I am maximizing this thing. God damn it, wrong fucking thing.
I'm asleep at the wheel again. I'm so sorry. I need someone else to do these.
Actually, I'm going to do my whole suite of actions. I figure I'll hit 1 and 3, then just 1 stab at the rapier. So we're going to try this. All disadvantage. Here we go. Disadvantage party. Okay, 15 to hit.
Yeah?
Dash R space D4. Come on. No! It's a 1.
The only one I would have missed.
Terrible luck. Second one. I'm just like missing, like right at fucking point blank. 16. That one will hit with the D4.
with the minimum of a 1 from the D4 that will hit because the AC is 17.
So piercing.
Yep, and that's the last attack then, unless you are pulling out 2 rapiers because you don't.
No. I'm shooting.
Oh.
I'm shooting because I figure I have a better chance even with 3 rolls than the 1 shitty roll at regular.
All right.
And 17
That hits.
for 11 damage. I'm doing work. Someone heal me.
Okay.
Your dice rolls are ridiculous, and I hate you for it.
Dude, I'm doing like 30 damage. Please.
The lowest you rolled in those 6 dice was a 15,
Please
basically.
help me. I'm dying.
All right. That's it for your turn?
Yes.
And I think you've already done the wisdom thing, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Thea, who's also now a ways away, is actually going to take her turn to go over to Tessian. Although did you move up? Or no, you stayed put, yeah?
I stayed put and
Yeah.
fired my crossbow.
Yeah, so she's going to go over to you and make sure you're doing okay.
Tessian gives her a nod. He's like, I'm fine. He kind of looks at Lena, though, sees that she's fine, basically, kind of. And he's like, I don't think Isaac's going to make it.
And I look worried.
She'll use Firebolt again, because it's 120 feet, so she can at least do that. Ooh, 17, so that's going to hit. It's a 22. So, 2 a D10. I'll do them in here this time instead of trying to use the other weird thing. Not so good this time. 9 damage. And now, the Dagron's turn.
No.
By the way, we only have 6 more turns left on Bless. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Whoa. She's going to turn away from Isaac and face the approaching hordes. Oh, yeah, we need to see if she gets the breath weapon back, even though she already kind of has a thing lined up. Oh, she does.
Oh, no.
Oh.
There it is, boys and girls.
Oh. Well, yeah, she was going to use a different breath, but in that case...
We're
Ice. Ice to meet you.
Who's close enough?
Grail and Karash are.
Cool.
Just...
Yeah, not Tessian. You're outside the range. So's Thea. Lena is. Isaac's behind this. She can only get him or these two, so she's turning for these two. A Constitution saving throw, please.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah, I got a 5.
18.
Neither's good enough.
Cool.
So both of you take 31 points of cold damage.
Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm donezo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down to 0.
Crap, do I have anything for that?
Not when it's not your turn.
Okay.
When it is your turn, yes.
Isaac is secretly hoping that this is just part of the test.
Even as all the evidence stacks up to the contrary in front of him, he's like, "This is all pyrotechnics." He's basically the Seto Kaiba of this encounter.
Like it's like in those RPGs, like where you're not supposed to win the fight. That's what he's hoping is happening.
Okay, Tessian.
Still afraid. Definitely just saw Grail get iced. Is Crash still up?
Yeah, for the moment.
How much does he have?
Oh, big old 3.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Well, best he can do, I don't have long range spells, is
Best you can do is $5.
I got $5. Yeah.
$5 foot long.
$5 foot long is this light crossbow attack. So let's no.
Natural 1.
No, that's a natural 1. So that's,
Damn.
A really cruel dungeon master would roll to see if you hit Mike with this, but that just seems unnecessarily mean and not really thematically appropriate.
I saved though.
Hey, no longer afraid. Finally, you can stop quivering when you're shooting the crossbow. It's the fear that was making you miss, obviously.
Right, but Grail just went down, and that's shaking him from this stupor. Shit's got real.
Yes.
Shit has got real.
At the end of your turn, Aurelia's going to spend one of her legendary actions to make a tail attack at Isaac. That is a 21 to hit.
It hits.
And it does... bad. 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, still standing, but 2 HP.
2 HP, yeah.
It rolled
Good.
It rolled on the low end of that.
Fucking broken ribs and shit.
So we got 2 health and a 3 health, and that brings us to Grail. Go ahead and make a death saving throw.
For what it's worth, when you went down, Grail, I was like, "No, Grail," and I'm like trying to get over to you.
Yeah, and you're trying to like peer around the dragon to see what's going on, and as you do so, you get whacked by the tail, but you're still standing. All right, go ahead and mark down 1 failure.
Okay.
Don't get to 3. Lena.
I might.
Jesus. I don't even know what can healing word do anything?
As your
Yes.
turn begins, you hear a voice call out to you from across the room. She's still a good 90, 100 feet away from your position since you're, back in the center of the room still.
Uh-huh.
She says, "The Conatus is a journey that is full of consequences and difficult decisions. What kind of leader will you be?"
Oh boy. Hold on. I'm thinking. I'm hoping I can just come up with an action real soon, and that'll be my answer to her.
And she is looking ragged, by the way.
Well,
The terminology would be close, but
yeah, no.
she poses this question.
Okay, so Crash is at 3 health. Yeah. Isaac's at 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Grail is down.
Yeah, don't worry about me. Worry about Grail. Or go for the kill. But I think that's the choice that was being mentioned.
Oh my god, no. What if I miss, though?
That, I would posit, is what they were referring to.
I know, but that's why I'm stressing
Do you have the
out
confidence
over
to
here.
take the shot? Or do you go for the sure thing and healer?
The thing is, I don't know if healing is gonna matter. Like we're all dying.
No,
almost.
you're gonna stop
healing
them dying.
healing 100% stops her from dying. There's no question about that.
Okay. Oh, well, in that case, I'll do that then.
It's probably a safer bet, but just so you know, like, what's the turn order? You go, and then
I go, and then
Aurelia goes, right?
Karash goes, but
Karash.
you also know that Aurelia can kind of insert herself into turns when she wants to.
I mean, that's true.
But technically, a turn order, Karash is next.
You're probably doing the safe bet.
by healing. Okay. I'm gonna cast Healing Word at level 2 on Grail.
Okay.
12.
And she is just in range, so no problema. Grail, consciousness returns to you. You are on the ground, looking up. There's
Okay.
still a dragon. There's still a pretty dank cave. But you do feel at least a bit better, and back among the living.
Okay. Do I actually take the 9 healing, or am I just now awake?
The
but at,
12,
like,
and
0?
yes, you're at 12 health.
I'm at 12? Oh.
Because you cast it at a higher level. That's what that 3 is. So
Oh.
the 9 plus
All
the 3
right.
for 12. So you have 12 health and are no longer unconscious and no longer failing death saving throws.
Okay. I am going to say nothing to anybody right now because I almost died. But I'll worry about that later.
Tessian looks to Lena on Lena's turn, and he's like, "Lena, give us space," and he just wants you to back up.
Okay, I'll nod and start backing up.
Okay.
That's
That's the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think that's, unless I can do another bonus action, which I don't think I can.
you still have your action though,
I thought,
right?
oh,
No, yeah, you're right.
but I can't do any spells with it though.
You can transform into a monster or a thing again.
A monster.
Uh,
I've turned
A
into
horrific
a
beast
monster.
yeah, maybe I'll turn into a, I don't know. The
But
thing is
that'll
if I-
limit
but
your health
that'll-
again. Or your ability to heal, I should say.
And that's my concern too.
yeah,
so
maybe you're better off.
yeah. I wish I could do another spell besides.
I mean, you still have lightning bolt up, but you used your bonus action.
Oh,
so-
I do have lightning. Will it?
Well, is lightning bolt an action or a bonus action every turn? I thought it was a bonus action.
I'm looking.
Use your action to call down lightning.
Hey.
But
Lightning
that
the
would
son of a
be
bitch.
assuming it was in the same cylinder that it was in before.
Oh, did the dragon move? What's in
It did.
between?
Yeah.
I don't. I think it did.
Yeah.
Oh.
In between since then, yeah.
So I would have to call it again, can I do that? Or no?
I think casting time 1 action. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll call lightning back again.
All right. Well, do the roll of 3d10. I'm not positive it's supposed to work this way, but what the hell?
You mean like what, to summon it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because it's not in the 60-foot radius anymore. It flew 80 feet to go over
No,
Isaac.
I'm saying she'd have to burn the spell slot to summon it again. I mean, like she has to cast the
But
spell
if she's
again.
casting it again, she's cast Healing Word, so she can't cast another spell.
Oh,
if it was
yeah,
a
then no, she
continuation,
can't.
then
No,
no,
yeah,
you're
I was gonna
right.
say this
You're right,
doesn't.
no, she can't.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
This is the benefit of call lightning, or not call lightning. Yeah, call lightning, whichever.
Call lightning.
Yeah, never mind. I'm backwards. All right. So, anyways,
You
this
can
is
turn into an animal. That's about it, unless you had a ranged attack,
Mm,
like a bow.
no,
Yeah.
I don't have
Okay.
any such thing.
Karash.
Oh God.
Harash, she's trusting you to end it.
All right. Well,
The tension breaker, and he's on the screen for a while.
Oh man, and the second boss has entered the arena. Everyone make your
Crash
frightful
is
friend
incapable
check.
of doing anything but laugh hysterically.
The attack is
No
now a
explanation.
disadvantage.
Yeah, where's frightful presence?
I'm close enough to run her down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll smash the crap out of her.
Okay.
Oh, where's my... Oh, I'll try. Oh, 26 and 13 probably doesn't hit, and I am going to use my last spell slot, because why not? Oh, wait, actually.
Hunter's
Did
Mark
you
too.
get your D4s?
Yeah,
Do you get your D4s for bless?
I didn't bless myself. I just blessed everybody else.
So an extra 2, and then Divine Smite.
Yeah. 15
15,
to
Jesus.
11.
You got 15 on that one. You had 6 when you rolled 3d8.
Yeah.
Tell me how you finish this.
Hey!
I'm gonna. She's facing?
So she's
Away from
looking.
me right
She's
now,
looking
isn't
right at you as you
Oh.
run in, because the breath weapon was in your guys' direction. So she's watching
That's right. I'm going straight down the face, and I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna stab straight down into her skull.
Damn.
you. Okay, so you guys watch Grail from your position on the floor. Isaac, you're watching this. 'Cause it's sort of blocked by this hulking body in front of you, but you can still see that moment where Karash kind of leaps above and brings this crashing down upon her. And as you do so, her form just goes into like what it seems to be hundreds, if not thousands, of bluish white particles. And there's a moment where this quietness hangs over the room, and then her form appears back over this grave or tomb or whatever this thing is on the dais in the center of the room. So basically back over sort of by where Lena and Tessie and Thea are, reasonably close to there, back towards the center of the room. And she says, "You have done well. Sometimes you may come across portions of this journey where you have to make decisions to help others in different ways. Perhaps that's approaching a situation half on, but also there will be times where you have to trust your companions. That decision will be yours to make throughout this journey, and I can assure you from my own experience, it will not often be an easy one."
I'm gonna start walking in her direction a little bit. And
Turns into a dragon again.
God damn it! But I am like
No.
nodding and I'm like absorbing what she's saying.
I don't give a shit about from the moment she starts out, whatever. I've been trying to run over to Grail, and I want to like grab her by the shoulders and be like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like inspecting her to make sure she's like okay.
Should I respond to this, or are we doing the whole?
That's fine.
I was happening concurrently, so it's kind of like, where's the camera? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look exhausted and I'm a little out of sorts, but I do like kind of breathlessly like nod at Isaac and I register that he's there in front of me.
So I'm like grabbing her like, "Are you okay?" And then you're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, good." And then I bring you in for like a bear hug. I'm probably too tight considering
Yeah,
the injuries.
Yeah.
Bear hug.
1
And I
point of
also
bludgeoning damage.
bleed all over you. But I'm just very relieved that Grail is okay.
Oh.
And that's it. So you can get on with your conversation. I don't have anything
yeah,
to say to
If you want to, by the way, Isaac, you do have second wind as well.
Will that heal?
It's for yourself only.
I'll
but
probably use it after the hug, just kind of like drop to my knees, like a runner who's been...
Okay, so you can roll a d10
Okay.
at 5. So Lena, you're walking
So I'm
towards the
walking
dais.
towards her, and I'll respond something along the lines of, God, I don't even know what to say. Thank you for your wisdom, and I've come to realize this journey will be arduous, and I'll try to make the right decisions. Blah blah blah, something along those lines.
You see her kind of gesture for the group to approach, and especially since you're kind of scattered throughout the room at this point, she sort of gestures and says, "Come, you must have many questions about this journey. I will answer them to the best of my ability, although there are some things that you simply must discover on your own."
And Tessian gives the nod, like, okay, I guess this is what's happening, and then we'll approach the dais, the thing, whatever. Or Tessian will. Theo could be like, F this.
No. No, you can see that Thea is like super interested in what's going on, but she's also really trying not to step on anybody's toes. So she's kind of wide-eyed and like excited about this entire situation, but she's also still trying to defer best she can here. You know from experience that she has about 600,000 questions she'd probably want to ask right now, but she seems to be limiting herself.
That's good. Restraint. It's one of her best qualities.
Yes. So does anybody not approach?
Not approach the dais?
Yeah, I mean within reason. I'm not. You don't have to get right next to it, but
I'm good where I'm at.
I also might be like I might just kind of like sit up, but I don't know if I want to walk on over there. Like,
Yeah, go give her a high five. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm holding a probably not logical grudge, but it's there. So I'm good.
I'm gonna stick with wherever Lena goes.
I'll be reasonably close to the dais. I don't know if I'm going to be like right there, but I'll be close. Yeah, close enough to ask questions.
okay. Well, if you got questions, shoot. That's out of character, of course. That's not how she's talking.
Right. I guess I would try to ask, like, how will I know where the next location is for us to go for the next trial?
She says, I think you'll find, having completed this trial, that when you embark on your meditation, you should be able to sense when you are close to an elemental wellspring that will hold one of your next trials. The more you practice this, the more you hone it, the more your senses can reach out, its tendrils peeling through the earth and the other elements to suss out where other trials may be located. So my recommendation to you is to become as in tune with yourself and find that inner peace whenever you can across this journey. There may be times where it's difficult to focus, but see if you can find quiet times to yourself, and you may find that an ability you didn't even know you had allows you to understand where these may be.
Give her a nod. Trying to think what else I should ask. I'll say something, or I'll ask something about how my grandmother mentioned different animal forms, and like what other abilities can come from the Conatus, if anything, or if that's something I need to discover too.
She kind of chuckles at this question, and she says, you know, I asked the same thing when embarking on my journey, so I ask that you not be too frightened when I do this. And she just snaps her fingers, and it echoes in the chambers. And you guys watch as Lena's form suddenly becomes this same kind of bright light that Lena, you encountered yourself once, where it's bright and yet not painful. And when it fades, Tessian, you and Thea and Karash, you as well, especially the ones who are very close, notice that Lena is taking up more space than she was before, because she also looks to be a small silver dragon.
Whoa, that's so cool. Okay.
A silver dragon wormling, to be exact.
Dragon.
Much smaller than
Worm.
Aurelia's form. I have a stat block for you. We'll worry about it after the show.
Perfect. I'm like turning. I'm like, what am I? You can kind of hear me making little squawks and whatever noises dragons make. Very just like, whoa. Which hopefully you can tell in my actions.
She says, this does not come without its own risks. The form will be unstable until you learn how to better use it. It's a bit of a strain on its user, unlike the other animal forms you may be accustomed to. But if you've ever been curious why you seem to be connected to dragons in some way, there is more to your bloodline than you may even know.
Ooh, okay. So I've like simmered down at this point. I'm like staring right at her, intently listening. And I nod in my animal form.
I think you can talk as a dragon.
I can?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I test that, and I'm surprised that I can because I haven't been able
That's
to
so
talk
cool.
before.
You have both common and draconic, as it turns out.
Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna like say something in draconic to Karash, like, look at me or something, or not like that. That's a little stupid. But like, wow, like, I can't believe it. And then I'll keep my attention back to to Aurelia. I will. God, this whole bloodline thing is fascinating. I want to say something about it, but I don't know what to say. I'm so like lost for words right now.
I have something that I want to tell you. Do you want me to go for it?
Sure.
I apologize in advance. So I see the transformation though, right? Like, because Christy said something about like only.
Well, they have a since they were right next to Lena, they were almost like pushed back just a smidge by the fact that her form unfurled into something larger than she originally was. You all can see it.
So this is Isaac saying this. Hey Lena, great shiny new transformation, very exciting. Do you think you can come heal your comrade who almost died today and is still in bad shape? And I'm gesturing towards still beaten up, dazed looking Grail.
I will nod and drop out of the silver dragon transformation.
God, he's such a fucking buzzkill.
I know. Good job. I do
Sorry.
bow to Aurelia, though, out of respect, and say, I'm sorry to cut this conversation short, but I have things to attend to. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Tessian
Go.
stares little daggers at Isaac.
I'll stare right back, bitch.
But Tessian tries to put on a more polite face as he turns to Aurelia here. He's got some questions, and he's standing here. So he's like, does this mean that Lena has succeeded on the first step of the Conatus, officially?
Indeed. This is not one of the elemental trials, per se, but it is enough to show that she is worthy to undertake the journey. Her transformation ability is evidence of that as well. Shows that she is prepared for the Conatus. Whether or not she succeed will be up to you and her and the rest of your group and how well your traveling companions can work together. I can tell you from first-hand experience that, in my case, even our group had its quibbles from time to time, but ultimately we were able to serve the greater good, and that's why I'm here now, to administer this trial for hopefully the next person to succeed on this journey.
And Tessian's like, forgive my ignorance, but we've heard nothing but vague statements, and maybe that's all we'll get. But would you mind telling or sharing the purpose of the Conatus, at least as far as, well, I mean, what's it all for? What's it mean?
It's a journey to put things back in balance. The world is always facing some kind of strife or another, and though I am not familiar with the current state of affairs, I can even just sense that there is a great unease across this country. Her journey is one to unite people, to bring them together, while also to understand the world and its so many different people that populate it. Each step of the journey that she succeeds at will be a conduit for her own abilities in some form or another, but it also is a bit of a test. It sounds like it is on the surface, but what I mean by that is, if she's not able to take on these different challenges, and while I cannot speak to their nature, I can tell you that they are not all about strength or physical capabilities, then perhaps she's not the person to be the great ambassador through all the towns of Aramea.
And Tessian just kind of nods, and he's basically just sort of dwelling on these words. He doesn't actually have a follow-up question. That's basically what he wanted to know.
Okay. At a certain point, as this conversation's going on, Aurelia kind of floats to the middle of the room. She's not walking in this form, but she just kind of hovers more towards the Isaac and Grail direction, and she will cast Mass Cure Wounds on everyone. Which
I will thank her for that.
I don't think anybody's max HP is enough to where that's going to be a problem.
I have no idea how much Max Cure Wounds can heal, but I think it's a lot.
It's a bunch, especially at a higher level.
Is it like more than
Yeah.
50?
I'm pretty confident. I mean, she rolled all ones, but for the sake of
Okay.
time, yeah, 3d8 just at the base level, and she's not casting it at level 5. So, anyways, we'll just say that it's enough to get you guys back to full for the sake of time. She can cast it a second time if necessary. So everybody, especially those who are a little more harried by the fight itself, feels refreshed. And then she floats back to her place above the dais. And she says, "You are not meant to undertake this journey without the proper tools. Inside this tomb, you will find items, I believe, that will be beneficial to both you and your traveling companions on this journey. It's up to you to decide whom is the best fit for each of them. But again, everything about this journey is about placing yourself in positions to make decisions for others and hopefully having them be the best ones they can be. So I trust that you'll make the right call." And she's, of course, addressing Lena as she says this, even though she's speaking to the group. And she sort of gestures, even though she doesn't actually touch this tomb of sorts, and the lid kind of scrapes off and falls behind. It makes that really loud kind of concrete noise that makes a loud noise as it hits the ground. Anybody want to go peer inside?
I mean, I guess we're there. So
Yeah.
Tessian will look
I
in.
guess I'm over there still too, because I was
I'm
gonna
feeling brave.
go over and heal, but I didn't need to. So
So you guys peer over the edge, and a plague of locusts come out. Inside are several items, and we'll do these off air, so I'll just read them off now, but just here they are. A circlet of blasting, mithril chainmail, a cloak of protection, gloves of missile snaring, and a wand of magic missiles, all of which are sitting atop a bag of holding.
nice.
Yay!
The most important part of any adventuring party.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so valuable.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Could you list the items again for those of us that didn't think to write them down?
I will when we're done, because we're almost there.
I will thank her for the trial and Hall of her wisdom, and as well as the items that she has provided us.
And she sort of nods. She says, "You're welcome. Remember, these tools, just like your companions and your own actions, are only as good as the effort you put into them and the ways that you use them. But they should prove to be useful for you as you go across this pilgrimage. I wish I could provide more information. I will at the very least tell you that all the locations are west of this mountain range. There's nothing further on the east side of this continent. But discerning their locations and what each trial requires you to overcome will be up to you and your companions on their journey. All I ask is that it not be taken lightly. If you're able to complete this, you will have the power to enact change across this continent. How you enact that change is also up to you. With some of this power with the ability to change things by force. Through other means, you may find that diplomacy is the best channel. That decision will be up to you and what type of leader you want to be. And hopefully this journey helps clarify that for you so that by the end, if you are successful, you will understand truly what leadership means."
I'm just gonna give her a firm nod. I don't have anything valuable to say.
For the sake of expediency, is there any other questions anybody wishes to ask as you conclude your time with Aurelia?
No. I mean, I'm sure Thea has some, but I don't know.
I'll spare you guys the rapid fire nature of them because most of them are more about like surface level stuff and not the deeper level of the Conatus. Okay. So, as your conversation concludes, Aurelia says, "I wish you the best of luck as you no doubt know, this is not an easy journey. Many have failed. More have failed than succeeded. But it is possible, and I am proof of that. And there were others before me as well. Your group is strong, capable, and I trust that together, all of you can do great things for a country that is badly in need of it. And then you watch as her form, once again, sort of like the dragon did, but a much less violent explosion, just sort of dissipates. She doesn't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
And she says, "Make America great again," and hands us out Trump hats.
Yes. MAGA. Aurelia, secret Trump supporter.
Make Aramea great again.
Yes.
The mega
Yes.
hats.
Mega.
I can't say with certainty that Crash wouldn't be a hardcore MAGA. So,
Well, I mean, he's uneducated, so. All right. And there- I hope none of our viewers just turned off the video. Yeah, exactly. It's unsubscribe button. Oh, God.
bye, Nick. Bye, Doug. Sorry.
I like how we had 5 people and they were all Trump supporters.
I know. Yeah. All right.
Damn.
So we'll worry about making your ways out of this place in the next session since we're running up over time. That's it for this episode of the Anachroschism. We'll tune in next time to see what the group would like to do next with its newfound knowledge of sorts and its new stuff as well, which I'll go over with them off air. But you guys will learn about them as they use them. But yeah, it should be kind of cool. See you next time.